Set in the brutal wastes of post-apocalyptic America, Days Gone offers one of the most difficult open worlds to survive in. The roads are full of abandoned vehicles, nature is slowly reclaiming the city, and everything around feels like a death trap. While fast and aggressive creatures called freakers are dangerous even on their own, when they move in large flocks, there is no choice but to flee. When night falls, the creatures become more savage, and humans pose just as much of a threat as freakers. Although Deacon John's motorcycle is his greatest help in this world, the need for fuel and repairs creates a constant risk. Finding resources, building shelter, and thinking strategically are essential to survive. Days Gone creates a constant sense of fear and tension, offering an experience where every move in the open world can result in death.
Come on! Come on!
End-Night Games' survival horror games The Forest and its sequel Sons of the Forest take players to terrifying experiences on deserted islands. In the first game, you, as a plane crash survivor, try to survive on a forested island where cannibal mutants and mysterious beings are rampant. While you spend the day gathering resources and building shelter, you are threatened by aggressive creatures at night. In the sequel Sons of the Forest, you are sent to the island on a mission to find a missing billionaire, where you fight against more advanced AI enemies and dynamic weather conditions. Newly added mechanics such as 3D printing and friendly NPC diversify your survival strategies. Both games deeply elaborate on exploration and survival elements, forcing players to be constantly alert. STALKER Chernobyl's Forbidden Zone offers an open world where survival is almost impossible. These radiation-ravaged lands are full of deadly anomalies, mutated creatures, and ruthless bandits. Every step you take in the zone is a risk, as invisible threats can suddenly appear. Survival elements such as hunger, thirst, and radiation make it necessary to gather resources and proceed carefully. Advanced artificial intelligence allows enemies to act intelligently, while every conflict turns into an unexpected struggle. This world, full of abandoned structures to be discovered, dangerous missions, and unknown secrets, makes you feel both the desire to explore and fear at the same time. Stalker 2 is a game where danger is always around with its atmospheric world and harsh survival mechanics. In Russia devastated by nuclear war, survival is not limited to finding food and ammunition. Every step becomes a matter of life and death. When you leave the relative safety of the subway tunnels and step into the open world ravaged by radiation, the dangers increase exponentially. Mutant creatures, harsh weather conditions, and hostile human groups are ready to attack at any moment. Resources are limited, bullets are precious, and a wrong move can have fatal consequences. The price of freedom is high. Although exploring is tempting, every abandoned structure, every foggy forest holds a deadly threat. Metro Exodus offers an experience that maximizes the tension with its atmosphere and survival mechanics. Although moving in the open world provides a sense of freedom, the dangers never leave you. The Lands Between is a fascinating yet unforgiving world to explore. While the open spaces provide a sense of freedom, every step is fraught with deadly threats. Knights, giant dragons, and grotesque creatures hiding in ruins are unforgiving of the slightest mistake. Enemies lurk even in transitions between areas, requiring constant vigil. As night falls, the dangers increase. Surprise attacks from the shadows and powerful bosses turn every encounter into a life or death struggle. There is hardly any safe place and every area is full of unknowns. While equipment and spells are critical to survival, even the most powerful gear does not guarantee long-term survival in this ruthless world. This world, combined with From Software's compelling structure, offers a unique open-world experience where dangers are constantly on the lookout. Inspired by Viking mythology, Valheim offers a fascinating yet deadly world to explore. Players are warriors sent to this harsh land by Odin, trying to survive in the wild. Troll giants hiding in the depths of the forests, deadly creatures that attack at night, and Draugr lurking in the mists are always a threat. Cold, hunger, and storms make the struggle for survival even more difficult. Each region is filled with its own deadly enemies, and in this world, every discovery means a new test. Even building your own shelter and donning powerful armor is not enough to live a safe life. Valheim combines the legendary challenges of the Vikings with a modern survival experience, offering an open world that requires constant vigil. The city of Harran is dangerous even during the day, but the real nightmare begins when the sun goes down. Although it is possible to roam freely in its open world, it is necessary to be alert at all times to survive in this city full of zombies. During the day, the infected are relatively slow and under control, but when night falls, deadly creatures called volatiles come into play. At this point, the only options are to fight or escape using parkour skills. Weapons are limited, ammunition is scarce, and every encounter turns into a deadly struggle. Rotten buildings, abandoned streets, and narrow passages filled with unknown threats turn the city into a survival hell. Dying Light offers an open world that maintains the sense of discovery with its unique parkour mechanics, while taking the fear to the highest level with its day-night cycle. Surviving in the scorching heat of Africa is not just about fighting enemy soldiers. The world of Far Cry 2 is full of deadly dangers that constantly challenge players. Assassins, mercenaries, and the wild nature are always waiting in ambush in these war-torn lands. The rusting and malfunctioning of weapons over time makes combat more unpredictable and risky. Moreover, fighting malaria is also part of survival. If you can't find medicine, even progress can become impossible. Fire can spread to the environment and disrupt all plans, vehicles can break down, and you can face the risk of being ambushed at any moment. Far Cry 2 is one of the rare open-world games that make players feel the true meaning of survival with its atmosphere and merciless world that keeps them constantly on their toes. Subnautica presents a world covered by oceans, both fascinating to explore and extremely difficult to survive. While struggling with basic needs such as oxygen, hunger, and thirst in the deep seas, giant creatures lurking in the dark waters do not forgive the slightest mistake. As you go deeper into the water, pressure increases, visibility decreases, and the unknown triggers fear even more. Poisonous plants, aggressive predators, and unexpected sea anomalies create new risks with each dive. Although gathering resources, building shelters, and producing advanced tools increases the chance of survival, the secrets of the ocean are still waiting to be solved. Subnautica offers a unique open-world experience that perfectly blends exploration and fear, forcing players to constantly stay alert. Offering complete freedom but also being ruthless, Kenshi has one of the most brutal open worlds that make you feel the struggle for survival in the harshest way. Players step into this post-apocalyptic world without any skills, weak and defenseless. Here, death is always one step away. Slave traders, cannibal tribes, and ruthless groups are waiting for an opportunity, while hunger and thirst make it difficult to survive. Injuries can be permanent, limbs can be lost, and a wrong decision can waste all your efforts. You can form a group for yourself, build a city, or fight for life as a lone bandit, but no path is safe in this world. Kenshi offers an experience that constantly keeps players on their toes by blending strategy and survival dynamics in a unique way.